Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global Leadership Interview Series, How to Create a Life Worth Living. My name is Evrim Numanoğlu Özgen. I'm one of the co-founders and the CEO at Institute of Global Leadership. We are an organization developing leadership for people and offering virtual leadership classes. And I have a very joyful guest today, Thomas Mangum. Hello, Thomas. Well, Thomas, let me introduce you briefly. So Thomas is an entrepreneur. He is a speaker and a trainer and a coach and a mentor. I mean, these are the things that I experienced about Thomas. We are at the same program called Mastering Leadership at Boston Breakthrough Academy, and Thomas is one of our powerful mentors in the program. So welcome again, Thomas.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hello. Well, I was actually, before we started, I was telling Thomas, I'm always inspired by Thomas, your ease and joy and inspiration. You are so inspirational as a trainer, as a coach, as a leader. And I want to ask you, where does this come from? In your journey of leadership, how did you come to this place of consistently being inspirational?
That's a great question. And I appreciate that, because there's lots of times in my life that flash through as you described that. You described your experience of me and many different stories and the way I recall things flash through in my life. I would say early on in my life, I saw my parents. I'm a product of my parents. My parents are quite inspirational. They were entrepreneurs. And what I noticed is that over the years, as I grew into an adult, that there was inauthenticity in the inspiration. It's like this, it's like inspiring and motivational, and it's lovely. And I noticed things that didn't work for me. There was an incongruence. And so what you're seeing today, as I've gone through this path of life from my entire childhood into my 53 years today, is an effortless inspiration. So it's not that like the fake that I learned. So I just want to cause a distinction there, because you're seeing the inspiration, and I acknowledge that and I appreciate that. And one can be inspirational and be inauthentic and be fake. And maybe that's a weird thing to throw out right now. I'm just saying is that it's not just that high, hypey, promotery energy of like, oh, be inspirational. I've been fake. And so I'm a product of what I am today because of transformation, because it's so much easier. Like, I'm just me now. If you came and hung out at my office and in my house in San Diego, I'm me. And like, how do you become inspirational? Don't try so hard. Just enjoy life. Life can be joyful. Life can be flowy. It can be ease. And I'm not saying that to you, Evrim, as a mentor or as a coach. I'm just saying as another human being. I mean, I'm looking in your eyes. I mean, as another human being, why do we make things so hard? And I suspect that that's inspirational to other people when we look at others and we go, gosh, you make it look easy. What's going on? Don't try so hard.
Yes. Wow. That sounds easy and simple, Thomas. And I hear that
it took effort.
Yes,
there was effort.
Yes. So this is the result of years of transformation, right? Really going there and being uncomfortable and going through, moments of maybe pain and hardship. And now it's you, truly authentic you. I hear you. And that's why it feels at ease, because it's truly you. And I would like to bring it to a topic that you mentioned earlier, and something that at MLP in the Mastering Leadership program, we learn about, we practice as well, radical honesty. So can you tell a little about what radical honesty means to you in transformational leadership concept?
Sure. I was first introduced to this book and this work called Radical Honesty by Brad Blanton. and I believe he's a therapist and a coach as well. And I first was introduced to it last year. It really smacked me in the face. It just, there were some concepts that I wasn't present to, like I guess I wasn't hearing until last year. And then in the last 2 weeks, I've been re-listening to it on an audiobook. And it's just landing in a different way with me. And it's all about the concept of being honest with oneself, being honest with others out there. Radical honesty. It's exactly what it sounds. I mean, exactly what it sounds like. Can you be radically honest to be free? And it's not about being mean to anyone. It's the ultimate love. If I'm radically honest with you, if I give you straight feedback, not couching it, not qualifying it, not filtering it, oh, I'm afraid to hurt Evram's feelings, it's not really loving. Mm-hmm. But the concept, and I'm just summarizing it in a couple of sentences. Radical honesty, to me, my interpretation of what Brad has written, is that it's the ultimate in love. It's ultimately loving someone so much that you're being radically honest. And a lot of that does begin with us. It begins with me. And I think that's where the flow and ease is that I'm not trying to be, I'm not consciously, let me be very picky with the words here. It's like, I'm not consciously trying to be a different person with you right now. And I'm not consciously, at least. There's always this subconscious piece going on. But it's just realizing is that, dude, you know what? Let's just be honest. You don't like this person. You like this person. This pisses you off. This is something that you love. Get honest with it. Be clean with it. You get to be free.
Yeah, I hear you. And that radical honesty also has the element of being honest with ourselves, right? Being 100%. Honest with ourselves, where, you know, what are we pretending in life? Well, where have you been stopping and giving up? Maybe, you know, that is actually what I'm experiencing so powerfully these days, because we are doing this powerful program. I mean, the audience, just to clarify, there is this 4 months leadership program that I have mentioned in many interviews, and there is always next. So that's what I'm doing. And Thomas is a mentor in that program, which is mastering leadership. And coming back to radical honesty, it also has element, like a very big element factor of being honest with ourselves and willing to go through that honesty and claim the freedom, right? So, well, Thomas, I mean, your journey is long, right? Can you please tell us a little about this whole transformational journey and how you came to this clean space of freedom and ease and authenticity? When did you start?
Well, maybe it's like a lot of people is that I came from an entrepreneurial family first off, so motivational speakers and inspirational speakers and, you know, tapes and all of that and recordings has always been in my life from my family. And I would say that 2013 is probably the first time that I really got the distinction between motivational and personal development and all of this to transformational, something that actually transformed, created a metamorphosis in who I was and who people were. I thought I understood it before then, but really it was sort of like a drug. I think personal development, going to Tony Robbins, there's nothing wrong with any of the people out there, you know, listening to motivational type of things. That's lovely. It's lovely. But my personal experience was that it was sort of I guess it was a drug, because it never really transformed anything. It just sort of it had me feel good for a while. And so 2013, I had met someone that just rocked my world, kicked my ass. I fought, I resisted. I was not a good student. I will tell you right now, I was, woo. I mean, to this day, I mean, I fought, I argued. Talk about resistance. Oh boy. I mean, it's stunning when I think about it. It's like, was that really me? Yes, you were resistant as crazy. But somehow there's a piece of me that said, I want to let go of what's not serving me. And I see a vision of possibility of the way I could be. Even as I was yelling at my coach and mentor. I'm serious. We should bring her on. We
All
should bring
right.
her on because he was resistant as crazy. But you know what? He kept showing up. And so that says something, is that I think a person that someone can resist, and they can give you the words that they're not into this and don't want to change. But if they keep showing up, there's something under there. They care. So 2013 and then 2014, 2014 was the time when I was truly introduced to the transformational style and work, if you will, that we're doing at your center and around the world. And then that journey has just been a completely uncomfortable and completely liberating and joyful pursuit. And I said all of those words together. It's like, wait a minute, how can it be joyful? And how can it be liberating? Like, uncomfortable? Like, what? I don't get it. I don't want to be uncomfortable. No one wants to be uncomfortable. I get it, but the uncomfort is something that I created. No one made me uncomfortable. No one. Looking back now is just, it should be really easy, but that's just how powerful I think our programming is. At least this is my perspective. It's like, man, I guess the military programmed me, my parents programmed me, I programmed me, is that none of that actually served me. And so here I am today as a product of that journey. No one made me do anything. I chose to let go. I guess the best way to put it is I chose to let go of what I was having to be someone that I meant to be. I know that sounds kind of weird. Maybe that sounds weird. It sounded odd, the words that I used right there. But I realized that I had to take a leap of faith or a free fall to be who I saw in my vision, like that loving and joyful and eased, playful Thomas, yet effective Thomas, and productive and professional Thomas. I had to let go the old me that I thought was amazing. But it really wasn't serving. It was stressful. It was wound tight. It was difficult. It was sad and depressing, Thomas.
Yeah, so that is powerful, Thomas. Thank you for sharing. It is, yes, it is. We talk about the great things happen through this leadership program, the 4.5 months journey. And you said something so powerful. It is not a comfortable journey. And the discomfort, the uncomfortable piece comes from the resistance. Absolutely. I mean, I so relate to it because, at the end of the day, we are on our own way, right? I am on my own way for the things that are not happening yet in my life. And the resistance comes from our old programming. Yes, that's so powerful. And actually, it was just yesterday myself, I was talking with my husband, who's also in the same program and who's also one of the co-founders at IGL. And I truly saw that moment. I had that aha moment, like I get to truly let go of wanting to have control at some aspects of my life. Because there are times that I realize that desire to feel in control can be more than the actual thing that I want. So that was like, that is not conscious, but that was an aha moment for me. Oh my God. Yes, the moment I'm truly letting go of that desire to feel in control, that is my freedom. So that resistance has been, that is what creates the discomfort. And at the end, there's freedom and joy and ease and love. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, you took me to that moment. Very recent breakthrough.
I just want to cause one little clarification there is that it's interesting because I met some young men this weekend that were they've been recruited to professional baseball teams. Okay. And it was interesting because I realized something in having a chat with them was that it doesn't matter what pursuit, whether you want to be a doctor or whether you are a professional chef or whether you're a baseball player or like some kind of sport or any of that, or a professional speaker, is that uncomfort is part of the game. So when I say uncomfort, I don't know anybody that wants to be uncomfortable. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I mean, let's just be like, like a friend of mine once says, like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to sign up to some leadership program that's uncomfortable. And I said, the interesting thing is, you're not signing up to be uncomfortable. We create the uncomfort. By me resisting what I actually want, I'm creating the uncomfort. Again, that's just my perspective, but it's just like these baseball players. Like, they may not want to get up and go to training, but they want to be a baseball player. They have to realize they have to leave some of the old life behind and develop and transform themselves to be that professional baseball player. So what are we willing to give up? So when I say uncomfortable, I don't think it has to be hard or struggle.
No.
Some people really resist. And other times it's like, okay, it's uncomfortable and yay, I'm growing.
Yeah.
Every single day, Everin, I'm uncomfortable. Every single day. And that doesn't mean that I'm not in a joyful state, or I can be in a massage and enjoying myself and relaxed. And I think uncomfort can go with that. It means that I'm growing and I'm expanding versus just dying. So when we say uncomfort, I don't know, maybe I have a different definition of uncomfort.
All right, so I get to ask, what are you hearing our audience? Just let us know. Contact me and say what you're hearing. What does uncomfort mean to you? Yes, and that is absolutely growing, right? Growing, getting out of comfort zone is actually what we mean. Like, you know, getting out of that comfort zone is growing, and we can have a different perspective. Which one is more uncomfortable? Staying at the same place?
Well, what if you started expanding it? What if we were expanding our comfort zone? What if we made friends with the comfort zone? What if the edge of the comfort zone became comfortable? Like, just at the edge of it, that's where we learn. And so what if it became comfortable to be at the edge of the comfort zone and in that uncomfort place?
Yes. Yes. So yeah, I'm just taking time. Okay. So this conversation is going really interesting. I'm enjoying it, Thomas. And this was totally not planned at all. I once remember, I mean, I love running and endurance sports, you know, long distance sports a lot. And once I had a personal trainer years ago, and we were talking about the comfort zone, and he actually drew something. So he was like, you know, this is your comfort zone, and you get to get used to getting uncomfortable like with joy and ease, right? And then you jump to the next level, and then you play in that area for a while until you get used to that not being comfortable, and then you jump to the next level. So I always remember that, and that applies for transformational leadership as well, in my experience. So thank you, Thomas. Thank you for this very spontaneous and joyful conversation. Is there anything that you would like to add before we wrap up?
I wanted to acknowledge you. I wanted to acknowledge you for being a stand and a model of transformation, because in even just recording these videos and hosting these interviews, that's a model of possibility. The quote that I have on my wall right here, you must be the, loosely attributed to Gandhi. And being a model of possibility is courageous, it's brave. To this recording is that you are on the journey and you are being the change that you wish to see, even by listening right now. Because most people don't. I think that most people are, it's like an unconscious, I'm not picking on anyone, is that they are moving right along. They're moving right along, and they think that that's all that life could be. I mean, I'm sure like you, we run into people that are unhappy and they're just resigned. And so this is being a stand for transformation. This is being a model of possibility, because I believe in possibility. I don't believe anyone is broken. No one needs to be fixed at all. If someone raises their hand and says, hey, I think I could create more in my life and be more in my life, that inspires me. Yeah. And that's what you're doing. And I think that's what those that are listening right now is, they're going, maybe there's more to life. Interesting. that is a big first step.
Yes, that is a great question. So what is more for you, audience, our audience who's listening to us? Yeah, what is more in life for you? And I invite you to get in touch. There are amazing opportunities and possibilities, just like Thomas said, in life. And that's what we are doing, what we are doing. That's exactly why we are doing what we are doing, providing these leadership programs, leadership classes. So I will repeat my email address. I give it in all interviews. It's evrim@instituteofgloballeadership.com. You can Google Institute of Global Leadership on Google or Facebook. Send me a message and get in touch. That is the intention of this interview, giving you inspiration with our inspiring guests. And Thomas, do you want to say your contact details for those who want to contact you?
Sure. I can always be contacted. You can find my social media and all of that by going to connectwiththomas.com. Connectwiththomas.com.
Perfect. All right. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, everyone. And stay tuned in for the next interview. Bye.